Welcome to the channel, Exp0se. Now if you're new, remember to like, share and subscribe. Now the security guard, the alleged witness in the Donna Donaldson murder cover-up, are the individual who allegedly let other people onto the compound, who either went to Noel Maitland's apartment to clean up or to commit the act, allegedly. Now he has been taken into custody. Yes, law enforcement has taken the security guard into custody and the witnesses are in witness protection. Remember, couldn't hear what one that will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
So you say a jury has to put him there.
Right, that's so.
I do have faith in the DPP in this case. And I do believe that there is more things that they're holding on to that we do not know.
Well, just so you guys know, the security guard that they was looking for is in custody.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I got talk. The security guard that they've been looking for is in custody.
So we don't hear that on mainstream media.
It's okay. It's not everything I hear by mainstream media.
Now, of course, this is another major victory for prosecutors. Prosecutors have stated that despite the accused maintaining his innocence, that they are not worried because they have enough evidence to fully prosecute the case. This is not a scenario where law enforcement is still trying to gather evidence against the accused. No, the only thing law enforcement was still out there doing is following the lead so that the body could be recovered, which as the court would prefer to be as the best evidence. But it's not the only type of evidence that could point to a crime being committed. Blood splatter inside of a home, missing furniture, all of these things could indicate that a crime took place and that then a cover-up took place after, which is the current belief when we talk about the Donna Donaldson case. Not only by people who are in support for justice for Donna Donaldson. If you agree, drop a like on the video and drop a comment in the comment section. But even by the prosecutors, even by the judge. And recently we hear them say Maitland had to be transferred because of security breaches. Now they're stating that the witnesses are in witness protection. Our law enforcement really are trying to tell us say why the witnesses them in a witness protection. Normally only one reason for that. Now the security guard. I remember when L.A. Lewis that point out say the security guard is an individual way would have information that law enforcement would need. Well, now we have gotten confirmation that the security guard is either in custody or has spoken with law enforcement. Now this rumor that the defense's plan is to argue that without a body, their client shouldn't be convicted. But what them have been unable to do is put forward an alternative theory. Where would Donna Donaldson just go after this individual pick her up and bring her to Theme House, which neighbors then heard arguing coming from? Remember, neighbors said them hear argument that come from the apartment. Maitland confessed to indeed arguing with Donna Donaldson. And then after that argument at the apartment, him leave. And she's nowhere to be found. Then recordings were seen with him taking furniture to a car wash. We hear the testimony from the people who work there. We hear the testimony from the driver who bring the coach. Now, of course, Miss Lug is asking all supporters to continue to keep her and her family in your thoughts, as she and her family continues to pursue justice for her daughter, Donna Lee. Now, I'm going to ask a question. You have people with mixed views about this case and how social media has helped the case or slowed it down. Now, in your own perspective, in your own opinion, do you think that Of course, people would have been outraged by the Donnelly Donaldson case once them hear it. But of course, with the long list of issues and crime and violence taking place on the island, mainstream media have numerous different headlines and articles to focus on. So can we then safely say that social media, along with its different influencers and personalities, has helped to keep the Donna Lee Donaldson case in the media? Hence, law enforcement's willingness to continue pursuing leads, no matter how small they might seem, while keeping in mind that while different personalities on social media were looking into the case with their own resources on the skill sets that they have, law enforcement was doing the same. While Stevens and LA and other individuals were actively looking through the case, calling up people, as the LA that do visit people, interview people, law enforcement that do the very same thing. And this is how the pieces of evidence discussed by the prosecutors, it never happened by coincidence. Truth be told, hardworking men and women within law enforcement put in the work, and the people were willing to cooperate. And this was an unjustified crime. At this point in time, Maitland cannot, even though he has maintained his innocence, him still has not him do it. Yeah, him still has say he did not perpetrate any act of violence, him never commit any crime. But we also have a point out, say, him not have no clear reason for do this. This is another senseless act of crime and violence. Senseless, no clear reason. Before this took place, him and Donna Lee Donaldson did good. Remember, when him arrived, or when him go down in the yard, her mother was there. She know say Maitland come pick her up, and she gone over Maitland yard. If them never good, her mother tell her say you nobody go. So clearly everything was seemingly okay. Talk to me in the comment section. Now, do you also believe that justice will be served in this case? Most people will discuss this on social media. Most people will say comment on the content on social media are of the belief, yes, they are of the belief that the accused will be convicted for his crimes against Donna Lee Donaldson. People believe that the state has enough evidence. And while motive is still somewhat unclear, sometimes in these situations where domestic crime is committed, the motive is never that clear. The motive is most often based off emotion. How somebody perceives something. Somebody taking things too far. Not realizing the actions that they might commit. Some would say though individuals who do that show some type of remorse after realizing what has happened. In this scenario, law enforcement is saying the individual did not go to any thoughts of remorse. What he then did was try his best to cover up the crime, which is what the judge was also so upset about. Saying that his years within the force has only trained him to commit and cover up the crime that has taken place. Definitely not a good look on Maitland's part. Now, of course, the Constitution says Maitland is innocent until proven guilty. But there's also public opinion. And the people clearly have found the accused guilty. We are talking about public opinion. But the state is still waiting on the murder trial, which is of course set for 2023. As a matter of fact, some have said that this is not only this year, but within a few months, we can see the murder trial begin against the accused. I know the people that go out there chanting for justice. Now, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe icon and the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content. As soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and brother them. Check out the channel and check out the reasoning. Join the discussion. Now until the reason again, live, love and prosper. And of course, stay tuned.